Hi everyone, so today we got the new update that was coming over to us. The global site finally got it today after reset. There's a couple things that came out that I actually do like. So the first part is going to be a little bit towards like spenders, anywhere from low spenders to just spenders in general. This little pack that just came out is pretty good. You're able to get some tickets, some stamina pills, and you get this pretty cool animated thing right here that I do like a lot since I am using it. It's pretty cool to use that. I love that. And for the last one, this is actually, well, free, but in reality you do have to spend the money on this one, which is at I think it's like 10 bucks. You will get 10 summon tickets, which is pretty good, and 10 more nexus stamps, which is, if you know anything about this, one of the most annoying things to farm for, or not even farm, but just get overall, because I think you're only able to get 10 every week if you're low, like pay to win, I guess, and you get 30 a month if you're able to round up and get enough like the currency from guild co-op and all that kind of stuff. But that being said, that is the first pack that they released. Pretty good. If you're, like I said, if you spend on the game, I think this is worth it. I like it. I went ahead and bought it. Second thing, they went ahead and released, I believe, 2 new game modes. Yeah, there's this one. I haven't tried it out myself, but you will be able to get rewards. It looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 12. So there's 12 of them, and each of them drop, I think, 30. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good amount of jades you'll get back. This one's pretty simple. It looks like you're just honestly, wait, oh, I'm missing 20. That sucks. You know what? I'll just get it right now. Screw it. That's one. Wait, I think I might have done it, but that's okay. I'll go ahead and claim this. How do I do it? Okay. Let's click at the bottom and you get, what, 60 right there. What is this? Okay, I'll eventually get to that. But yeah, those are the new ones that they just brought out right now. Pretty simple stuff. And they also went ahead and dropped the new game mode for OKR. By the way, I know my score's kind of bad, but I was just doing it to get something that I needed. OKR is ridiculous. It's hard. I don't know. They're just trying to hint that maybe OKR is just going to be better than Grimjaw when it wants to release it, but OKR is disgusting. Super hard boss battles. So if you tried him out, let me know how that went for you, because he definitely kicked my ass. I'm not even going to lie. Another thing that also just refreshed is the battle pass. And again, it's for spenders. If you buy this, it's really good. Level 30, you're able to get this. You get to choose one for the standard units. However, I would strongly recommend choosing what I'm going to do right now, which is you pop this, you open it, and you choose this one, the 5 one, because if you get this little flower things, you're actually able to upgrade any core stamp of your choosing. So I will go ahead and get my Ginichimaru's leveled up right here. Number 4, we're just missing 1. And bam, now I just need 1 more copy and then I'll be good to go. Now, the major update, I guess you could say, that just dropped as well, it's going to be in regards of the stamp corridor. And oh man, do I have thoughts on these. I'm actually going to let it run in the back while I talk about this. So the first thing you have to know is, like, you have a 20% drop rate to begin with. Now, once you get to the guaranteed, you have a 20%. If you're lucky, you'll get it on 20. Awesome. If you don't and you get someone else's core stamp, then what is going to happen is that it's going to reset again, but instead of being 20%, it's going to go up to 30%. So it's going to go up 10% each time until it becomes a guaranteed. I will not lie, I wish it would have been a little bit better. I wish it would have started maybe at 30 or 40%, so that way, I don't know, because 20% is such a low chance. I'll be completely honest. So that means you still need a bunch of stamps just to be able to get 1 core stamp. I do feel that is a little bit stingy, even though I know it's now we have a guarantee system, and obviously we should be happy, which is really good. I'm not complaining that we have a guarantee system. I just wish it would have been a little bit better, especially for like free to play players. It's gonna be all based on RNG for them to get lucky and get an early piece when it comes to that. But those are kind of like my thoughts on the corridor stamp. Maybe in the future, as they add more characters and more core stamp, they might upgrade this and like make it, or maybe make an event like, hey, like, you know, once a month we'll boost up the rates that you start at 40%, or just something a little bit better than what we currently have, just because I think it's not, I don't know, it's like a bittersweet thing. I'm happy that we have it, but I feel like it's not the best way that they could have gone about it. But hey, what can we do now? Let me go ahead and claim this. Now, the second thing that I want to, or the last thing I think that I want to talk about, or that they updated, was the Unknown Adventures. So it's Think of it kind of like, I don't know if you guys play Honkai Star Rail, but it's the equivalent of like Herta's universe, simulated universe, where you go in and you basically get to choose a bunch of buffs. And once you choose those buffs, then you're just going to keep choosing stuff that's better for your team. And it's going to get to a point where you just kind of do like an infinite thing. You're going to keep fighting bosses and bosses and bosses. And obviously they're going to keep getting harder and harder and harder. Now for myself, I managed to, let's see, the highest that I managed to get. Oh yeah, you also get some pretty cool stuff out of it, by the way. So if you do it, you will be able to show here what's the highest floor that you got. And also, I don't know how you get this, but mine's is 1024 spiritual pressure, which is pretty sick. I went ahead and equipped that. I took off the ones that I had, even though those are pretty cool, but I took them off. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna keep my Ginichimaru because obviously this is like only VB6 him, but I like the color red. I'm trying to make it a little bit red and red in the back. I put Momo just because of the whole arc and between them, but you know what I'm trying to say. I mean, I'm just yapping at this point. But those are basically like the changes that came to the game. Like I said, they're good. I like them. I just wish they would have went about them, especially with the stamp corridor, just a little bit better. But again, we're starting somewhere, and hopefully they will eventually get to a point where they maybe do some tweaking and make it just a little bit better for everyone else. That being said, though, oh, one last thing actually. I am very, very upset that Rangiku didn't come out, because if there's any Gin players out there, as myself, whether you're B0 all the way to B6, if you're not, let's say I'm not using him with Kaname, I'm using him with Aizen and what's his name, Kisuke, right? You are technically, if you're using that team and you're not using Kaname or Rangiku when she comes out, you're theoretically missing out on this 60% extra damage, because if you look at the affected buffs, back then it used to say impel included, right? And I was telling my guild members, I'm like, hey, it doesn't feel like I'm getting this extra damage whatsoever. So yeah, it looks like after the update today they did some wordings and actually, I guess, made it more, it just makes more sense. So the only debuffs is freeze and wound. So I hope that Rangiku is applying some type of wound, because if she doesn't, then it's gonna be kind of awkward, because based on the wording here, it says it's only freeze and wound. So if it's not that, then I don't think he's gonna be proccing this unless you have Kaname in your team, obviously. But yeah, that is one thing to keep in mind, that before we were not getting these 60% unless you were using him with Kaname. And also for the stamp as well, that, you know, on ongoing debuffs as well, you get that 52.50 extra ailment damage. So there's that I wanted to kind of briefly explain, and I'm really hoping that they release her as soon as possible. I definitely want to do more testing with damage with him, because like I said, I was a little bit upset, a little bit disappointed that his damage just, I don't know. I feel like Aizen set the bar way too high. So them releasing Gin, I'm like, okay, I'm expecting Gin, who is a full-on DPS, to be doing, I'm not going to say like, oh, I want double the damage that Aizen's doing. At least I was expecting just a little bit more damage overall compared to Aizen. But again, he doesn't have his full team yet, and Spirit Team does, so I will give him the benefit of the doubt when it comes to that. But yeah, that being said, I hope you guys have a good one. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know how your luck has been with Corridor Simp. I actually definitely want to see that in the comments, because I think it's going to be funny. Well, funny as in, like, I hope that some people get lucky, some people get shafted. It's just how RNG works. But hope you guys have a good one. Take care. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.